What's going on, Knuckleheads? GCam Gaming here with another Pokemon Unite video for you. And today's going to be a short and sweet one. I just wanted to talk about those score messages. You ever get those messages on the game where it's like, we're really struggling. We're struggling to keep up. We have a huge lead. And you honestly, like, you don't get to actually look at the points. So it's kind of a weird game because, like, you don't actually get to take a peek at the scoreboard. All you get is these little messages that tell you things, and you don't really know what they mean, right? So, whereas in a game like basketball, if you have a lead, you know, okay, we're going to run out the clock. Or football, right? Okay, we're going to run the ball because we know what the score is. Unless you have, like, a scorekeeper keeping track of everybody's points in your Discord chat. Somebody saying, just scored 65, just scored 22, just scored 7. You don't know how many points you have, and you definitely don't know how many points the opposing team has. But you do get these little score messages, which can give you an idea of where you stand, right? So if you see we're really struggling, it means you are more than 100 points behind. Right? Now, this sucks because you really don't know how many you need at that point, right? But basically, if you see you're really struggling, you know it's not going to be good. But if we see we're struggling to keep up, we know it's between 30 and 100 points, right? So that means we either are down 30 or we're down 100. So at most, we only need 70. So if we can keep it to we're struggling to keep up, right? We know that we are within 70, right? Which makes it a little bit easier to plan what you're doing to know, all right, we're struggling to keep up. I'm within 70. I got a 40 piece right now, and Zapdos is up, right? So it's under 2 minutes. It's double score. I gotta score this 40 piece and and give us the lead because I know that this 40 piece double will be 80. 40 times 2 is 80. GCam Gaming does do math. And we know that this will give us the lead. Now, you might see it's a close battle, meaning you could have a 30-point lead or you could be down 30 points. But you know that every point at that point is going to count. Then you might see we're in the lead. That could be between 30 and 70 points of a lead that you have. So you really are going to have to lock down that defense, right? Or you might see we have a huge lead. Right? In which case, we might have a 100-point lead. We might have a 200-point lead. We don't really know, but we know it's going to be 100 or more points. And this is also going to affect our game, especially within the last 2 minutes. Because what I want to talk about next is how to use these score messages to dictate what you're going to do with Zapdos. So, how does Zapdos? The leading team should not be attacking Zapdos. Don't attack Zapdos. Maybe if the other team is kind of around there within a team fight, you can give a little poke on Zapdos so that they might give some aggro damage to the opposing team. That's not a bad strategy, but don't start it up and never stop, right? You know, you're not the Rolling Stones. So don't go after Zapdos if you're leading. Your goal is to protect the bird, not to kill it, right? So if you have a huge lead, you best not be attacking Zapdos. That's what I'm saying, right? If you're struggling to keep up, right, you might want to think about Zapdos. But let's go back to those scores, right? If we're really struggling, Zapdos is the definite answer. If we're struggling to keep up, I don't know. Right? Maybe you might want to go after Zapdos, but struggling to keep up, you're only within 70 points. Right? So is it really worth it losing Zapdos and losing the battle? Right? Now, if you're in the lead, but not a huge lead, you also might want to think, all right, well, if the other team's not going to go for Zapdos, maybe we can go for it if we have numbers there. Right? So they might have their speedsters out and about trying to score those last 70, 80 points. Right? While the rest of their team is kind of just keeping you at bay at Zapdos. There's a lot of attention that goes to Zapdos. right, towards the end of the game. But it's not always about getting Zapdos, right? Especially if you're in that struggling to keep up area, right, where you're losing, but you're not losing badly. Maybe the goal is to keep the other team distracted at Zapdos so you can score those last 80, right, and give yourself that 10-point lead to win the game. You have to remember, Zapdos can change the course of a game. So be very, very careful what you do at Zapdos. Well, that's pretty much all I got for you today, Knuckleheads. Please remember to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that little bell for some notifications, and as always, remember to knuckle up. GKM Gaming merch is finally here. That's right, we got 3 t-shirts available for you at the merch store. Link is obviously in the description of the video. We got the Clay Top 1. Obviously, you need this, right? Everybody loves Miner Clay. I'm using him in my arena team right now. We've got the new GKM Gaming straight logo right on the chest. Right, we got a little side thing going. You got the GKM on the side in gold. We really do that stuff here. Look at this guy. He's just looking like a real Chad. We've got it in a bunch of different colors. And of course, we've got the Jester Go-Go Raids When t-shirt, because Jester Go-Go always wants to know when her raid's coming.